and welcome to another video. So today I wanted to talk about why you should always choose in the favor of your ideal self and not the self that you currently believe yourself to be. So basically choosing in alignment with the version of yourself that is who you want to be rather than the version of yourself that you think you might be right now. And this is basically deciding what your ideal self would do, what behaviors they would have, what actions they would take, and basing your current actions and behaviors off of those. That's the most important thing you can do for yourself when you are deciding to be a different version of yourself. Because when you are doing that, you're basically embodying the ideal self, and you're creating that into a part of you. Oh my god, I didn't realize this was still on me. I just washed my face and everything. Yay. Anyway, it's like putting that part of yourself into your own body, and anything that doesn't align has to get taken away, because you are now in that version of yourself that you wouldn't have been if you hadn't taken those actions. Which is very interesting in my opinion, because we often don't think of it from like a I need to do this now point of view. I think that people really think that they can become someone else, like, or have different types of outcomes in their lives after the fact, not before the fact. We often overlook that change starts right now and not later, which I find very interesting, because ultimately change does start right now. Change is only right now. You don't have another time where you change. Change is only right here, right now, because everything is just one moment. So if we only have one moment in time, then this is the only moment that you can choose to be something else or decide to do something else for yourself. I just watched The Princess Diaries and it was such a good movie. It was really great. And it's like a reminder that you're never really going to be ready for things that come at you, because the things that come at us are like testings of the version of ourselves that we are at that moment. And especially if you're trying to choose a different version of yourself, it's going to test you to see if you actually are that different version or not. And that is like, when you realize that you're being tested, it's that much easier to know that you are the version of yourself you want to be. Because if you weren't, then you wouldn't want to notice that part of yourself, but you do. Like, let's say you want to be the healthiest version of yourself. You decide, I am the healthiest version of myself. I'm living the most healthy, ideal life. I am the wealthiest version of myself. I'm living the most wealthy and ideal life. That is who I am. And you put that on loop. And actually, I saw a YouTuber that I used to watch quite often talk about what they used to do before they kind of materialized their largest manifestation. And they would record themselves for like 1 to 5 minutes every single night, talking about themselves or their lives as their ideal reality. And then they would listen back and loop it all night for 30 days, and they said that it helped them tremendously. I think that's something I will probably start implementing tomorrow. I think that it's a very good idea and way to go about manifestation, because it's like it's almost like a different different type of choosing your identity internally if you keep on hearing those affirmations loop. So I think that's very intelligent, and maybe something that we should all try. I mean, why not, you know? Yeah.